What is good with you? It's your boy Travis Kinley coming back to you with another one. I got my friends with me in the house. Can y'all hear me good? Sound a little good? Awesome. I hear y'all too. I remember one time I couldn't hear anything. Look at y'all not in a truck and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what to do with ourselves. Yeah, except for
Yeah.
that.
I'm like,
yeah, but I'm saying, Matt and Liz are usually on the bed in the truck. It's the first time I've seen them on live, not in the truck and stuff. How's it going?
Ross is out making money.
I know, right?
He's sitting
Maybe
money.
I know, right? How's it going? This one's for you, Ross. This one's for you.
Appreciate it. I've got some water around here somewhere.
How's it going on the road, man? What you got going on?
A lot better now. Unfortunately, I was in Wisconsin when that pileup happened. I actually overslept by an hour, and it saved my life. So I'm doing a lot better now. That was 2 days ago.
I remember seeing it on the news. How many vehicles was that?
It was a 100-vehicle pileup on the I-94 for eastbound and westbound.
Oh, man, dude.
Literally overslept my alarm by an hour, and it saved me.
I ain't been up there in a minute. Prime Trucker Rob, we see you, bro. How you doing? I like your Christmas card. I saw that. Yeah. Landstar gang right here. Gang. I like that. Yeah, that's cool, man. We got the faithful trucker. He said he had some sort of function. He said, I just told him to shoot me a text or something. I already sent him the link, so hopefully he'll be popping on in a little bit. But I just wanted to relax and chill, man, really.
Yeah.
Just wanted to relax and chill. We'll take questions if you got any questions, but I do have a few topics. One that we talked about in Discord. Well, and then another one that's just been on my mind because people got Dwayne Burton says, drink one for me. I need one. Oh, man, lost my house in a car in a tornado. In Kentucky, man. Had to come home for a couple weeks, get my wife and stuff out of the house. Dude, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, that's rough. Hold on, man. I'm not even right now. Hold on. I got the power. Oh, right. Hold on now. Hold on.
Light on.
I got some light here. Ross, they want to know what you're looking at. Prime Trucker Rob want to know what you're looking at.
What am I looking at?
Yeah.
I'm looking at my computer. So I have my setup like this. So I have my camera off to the side. So there's no like center way I can put it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That explains that.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Do any of us plan on making stickers for merch?
Maybe.
I
gotta pay somebody to do a good logo design for merchandise. But eventually. Something that I would wear or put on my own stuff I would sell, but until then it's just not a huge priority.
I don't know about stickers. I might do like a magnet, but not stickers.
I like stickers, man. In case they want to put it on a POV or something like that too, like a back window POV type thing.
Yeah, whatever. One day.
Yeah. I told Ross I used to have a Volkswagen Rabbit, man.
Who's he?
That I dumped like $5,000 into or something like that, And I had stickers all on the back of that. Not all on the back, but I had a few stickers on the back of my Rabbit. Yeah, that car was fly, bro.
Heathen's wife.
Oh, is it?
Car was fly.
I didn't remember her name.
Hey, look. They want to know how's Landstar going for everybody. How about we start with y'all?
How about we start with the newest to oldest?
Ooh,
there we go. I like that.
Newest to oldest. Why I gotta go first?
Because you gotta go. It's your life.
Man, I'm enjoying it, bro. Prime Trucker Rob. Somebody else asked the same thing. Florida boy. I'm enjoying it. I really am. I think I was talking to both of y'all or something, and is there a potential to make more revenue? Let's just get that out of the way. That's like the most overstated, boring thing, I feel like. Is the potential there? Yes. Okay? Let's just drop that part, right? Like, the potential's there, okay? Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Say that one more time? What like the potential there, but I didn't hear you.
Compared to what? You said making more revenue.
Yeah, so I compared that to Prime because Prime Trucker Rob asked, Florida Boy, I'm not sure if you're at Prime or somewhere else. I don't know if you can drop that. But yes, the revenue is there in comparison, right? It is true. You know, people told me that you can indeed make team and training money as a solo driver at Landstar. That is by far true. Okay, like I proved that last week, and I only ran like 4 or 5 days. So I mean, that's just true. Okay, there's nothing else to say about that. I really want to just say the part that I enjoy more than the revenue is just being able to control my truck.
Yeah.
That I guess I shouldn't say outweighs the money, but I'm trying to tell you.
So even if we made the same money that we made at Prime, just controlling everything was enough for us to move. But then, I mean, the money's good too. So let's not front.
Yeah. You're right. I can't downplay the money entirely, but golly, man, the ability to move your truck when you want to move it.
There's also a lot more risk that goes on with it. So it's not like just free money. You know, you're not just
that's right.
Free money. You have to put more skin in the game, more to lose, but you get rewarded more.
You're right. You're totally right.
Hard time like Ross.
Is he frozen?
I think
he's stuck right there.
Oh no!
There we go. Okay, he left. He'll be back. I'm sure. I imagine. But hold on real quick. I'm just gonna turn my Wi-Fi off real quick.
Hey, it's not X Prime, man. It's
new Landstar.
Yeah, it's new Landstar.
So in terms
I think everything's frozen.
Oh, are we all frozen? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm back. Okay. I truly enjoy just moving my truck. Yeah. I turned my Wi-Fi off, but I truly just enjoy moving my truck, man. The way I want to, when I want to what state that I want to go to, and just not having that pressure, man. Somebody dragging me. I'm loving it, though. I'll be honest with you. Let me catch up on some comments. I got a couple of topics I just want to bring up just because I like stickers, not big magnets. I hear you. I totally get you. Ross, whenever there he is. He's back. Here we go.
I have no idea what happened there.
There we go.
Yeah, signal or Wi-Fi. Because I turned my Wi-Fi off and my camera had to take a break or something like that. I don't know.
Had to take a
Ross, we got one from Mike Millen. How often you cross the border?
It was my first time crossing the border in Canada. I actually just uploaded that video like a few hours ago, I think.
That's Madman from the Discord. He knows.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So it was my first time crossing the border. I certainly look forward to doing it again, but definitely when it's warmer, that's for sure. But yeah, it was fun.
Co-sign going to Canada as a good idea because he can't convince us.
It was not bad at all. There was nothing wrong with going into Canada. Like I had no issues. Delivery was great. They're all nice people. It was great.
Except for Madman.
Well, I didn't meet Madman, but he wasn't far from me. I think we were about, what was it, like 100 or 200 kilometers away, something like that. We were basically like an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
I don't know those measurements. They don't exist.
We've lost him.
Yeah. There we go. I think I should have never turned the Wi-Fi off. Y'all can hear me though, right?
Yep.
Okay. My sound's just wigging out.
Looks like
How do you guys keep your trucks organized? Say again?
It looks like you're streaming from a Nintendo 64.
Hey, Gloria.
Does it really?
Nah, you cleared up now. It's good.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Okay, good deal.
So why don't we
maybe it's the Wi-Fi. Where's my mobile hotspot?
To the U.S. instead of us going to Canada.
Yeah, that's the real question.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Hey, you don't have nothing to do with what?
I said, let's ask Mike when he's coming to the U.S. instead of us going to Canada.
Oh. Yeah, that's the real question. No, Eric wanted to know, I think y'all use load choice. At least one of y'all, Ross used load choice. I never got load choice.
Yeah, we both did.
Both of us did.
Yeah.
You never.
Yeah. No, man.
Yeah. We kind of bullied our way on there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Me too.
That's probably how most people end up on it.
I never had low choice.
You can't get on there. You're too nice.
Yeah.
You got to bully your way in. But now
or
you're
be logical about
look,
stuff,
y'all.
you know.
He jumped straight
Hey,
to
y'all, give me 2 seconds. I got to fix my my connection here. Give me just a second.
Are we having...
So, I just wanted to address RJ's question about how we keep our trucks organized.
My connection's terrible.
Cleaning supplies. Ross, how do you keep your stuff organized?
I just, I mean, I have a lot of different small things that I do, but as far as like organization, you know, I try and sanitize as often as I can if I see stuff on the floor, as opposed to like the shorts I just took off like 10 minutes ago. I don't really keep anything on my floor. Something's on my floor. You know, everything has a home on my truck, so I try and stay as clean as I can.
We have 2 file folders, one for paperwork and one for receipts. And both of those have a full...
I can't hear you right now, man.
So each month gets its paperwork and receipts. And then in terms of cleaning, we keep the Clorox wipes and baby wipes. And we have a Shark vacuum cleaner, the handheld Shark vacuum cleaner. That's really helpful for vacuuming our carpet.
I thought the rest of my night was going to be so terrible. This WEL truck pulled up like 10 minutes before this started, and his reefer is on fuel hog, and it's been running all night, and he's finally leaving.
Well,
that was so loud.
I don't think it was picking up on the mic.
Yeah, we couldn't hear anything.
Oh yeah. This microphone is real good, but I could hear it through my headset, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so quiet now.
Fuel hog starts going
the prime truck.
Really crazy too. Like, I don't know. I feel like it starts revving a lot when it's on fuel hog. No. Good and bad.
Don't remember any of that.
I remember. All right.
I blocked it all out. Dry van gang.
Dry van gang.
What was it? Prime Trucker Rob must be leaving Prime.
Why?
Well, he said, I got some news for you guys coming up here soon, mid-January, and the door and an arrow. We know what that means.
It might be clickbait.
Oh,
could be clickbait.
That's clickbait.
Could be clickbait.
I don't trust any of it until I see the star on the side.
To the star on the side.
Or that you're leaving Prime. One of the two. So
Timbits? I don't know what Timbits are. Tim Hortons, I did get coffee.
Aren't they donuts? I thought Timbits were the like donut holes. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Where is our resident Canadian? He needs to.
Right.
Oh, he was 6 hours away.
Ooh, that's a lot of kilometers.
Oh, 6 hours away.
Yeah.
That's like 350 kilometers.
So not only do we not have...
That's 350 miles.
Not only do we have our fourth person, but we've lost Maine.
It's all right. This is our interview now.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is a Johnson's Logic and No Luck show now.
Right. We don't need that black square on the side. He's gone.
So Eric,
what fuel cards do you guys use?
Comdata.
Comdata, and they have discounts with TA, Loves, sometimes Pilots.
Yeah.
Or those off brands that you don't get points or.
Have you done much fueling at those off brands, Ross?
So I fuel at Speedway sometimes, as well as there was one other
deep fuel.
Well, sometimes I see the price and it's really tempting, but then I look at the satellite views and it's like sometimes they're like really tiny little truck stops, and I get kind of intimidated trying to maneuver through those places. So most of the time we just stick to the big name brand ones, but especially I feel like down around Florida. Heading to Florida, maybe 95. There's some speedways probably down there that are super, super cheap.
No, I agree with you. I try and stay away from them if I can. Like if I see, like, I know there's one in particular. I remember talking to Travis about this the other day. There's one in South Carolina along 95 where it looks like it's like 3 miles off the interstate.
Yeah.
But then you zoom in, it's like in the dead center of town, and I'm like,
yeah.
but it's like 70 cents cheaper than everywhere else around. I'm like,
right. We almost got trapped one time somewhere in Texas, whatever city we were in Texas. I was like, oh, look at this cheap fuel, and it's not that far off route. But I ended up dipping out on it because it was like rush hour by the time we were leaving.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of
I'm not going for it.
Nope, not worth it.
So I guess it really kind of depends. I mean, like I said, Speedway, like right here along I-80, Speedway is at the, the service plazas. So we actually can use our cards there.
So Trucker Man says, since the three of you Prime graduated and in Landstar, can you plan a group of all Prime to Landstar to share and learn experiences? Yeah, we do. It's our Discord.
Yeah.
Discord. Shameless plug.
On the spot. Any of my videos have the link.
Yeah, would Sosa be able to drop the link?
Yeah,
for us, maybe?
Sosa.
I should be able to.
Link if he so chooses.
Yeah.
Oh, do you use a seat organizer? No.
No.
I don't either.
Well, I thought
I should.
Is that like what Travis's wife bought him?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think Travis.
Yeah, it's the seat organizer's got the pockets that go in the back of the seat.
Okay,
I saw in his one of his videos that she got him one of those. So.
Mm-hmm. And I need to do the same thing because for you guys it doesn't make sense because you're a 2-person team. But for us solos, we can flip that around and have the seat organizer on the front side of the passenger seat, which is super handy.
Yeah. Our new driver's seat does have a pocket on the back of it, which is nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Did not.
I do want to address this one question that I keep seeing pop up, and it's from Eric about the driver's load choice. What kind of advice in particular are you looking for? Because load choice is kind of like.
What question was it?
Just asking for advice.
Oh, okay.
It's just
on replay, gang. Don't see the questions on the live, so try to read.
Yeah. So
all right. It says the rest of you guys outside of Travis who hasn't had load choice, but for us who has, do we have any advice on it? And the advice is on it. Yeah.
Towards the end, it was pretty trash.
How it started and how it ended were two very different experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was Prime changing the load choice or if it was them hating us in particular. But
I'll say for me, mine stayed constant the whole way through. I enjoyed mine the whole way. The only time that it didn't work.
That we started having a bad time with it. They wouldn't put loads up there. Like we'd go on load choice and we'd either be pre-planned on a load to prevent us from using load choice, or there just wouldn't be anything, or there'd be one load and we'd go on, 15 minutes later or something, and it would be the same load. So it just ended up not working for us like it did in the beginning. Those first probably 6 months that we had it were pretty good, but it just started getting too manipulated again.
I mean, personally, I bullied my way from that. I used to deal with that little pre-planned thing. There's no actual load. It'll just say truck is planned on such and such.
Right.
And I would just call my fleet manager, like, you might want to tell sales, take that pre-plan off me or I'm going home.
Yeah, we did. We did a lot, but that's part of what just exhausted us to the point that we said we need to stop dragging our feet on making a change and just do it. We just dealt with it for so long and it was so exhausting asking or telling them to take us off the pre-plan that we'd already looked at. We don't want it. Let us use load choice. We have load choice for a reason.
Is Travis muted?
Probably.
He's muted. That's why I'm laughing at.
We can't hear you. We see your lips moving.
But yes, Eric, I recommend load choice. I think it's nice to be able to just even if it's the same load sometimes, it's still nice to see other options outside of just here, you take this now. You know what I mean? It's nice to be able to see. You can keep better track of other loads in that area if you go to that area often.
It definitely worked for us a lot. Don't get me wrong. It worked for us a lot. It's just towards the end, it started getting weird for us. But
get on it if you can. Just don't rely on it. It's not a magic bullet.
Yeah.
And there's times where you're going to see the loads that they want you to see. So don't get discouraged.
Yeah. Or if sales really wants you to run a load, they will still push you to run the load that they want you to run.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. We're
that's part of the game.
Into this, and you spoke.
I know we're running this show,
right?
Yeah. Oh man, we got a lot of longer comments.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to read through them now.
So where is Hat Chat? Do you got any hats?
I know. Yes, actually, I do have some hats in here.
Let's go. Where is Taylor?
All right.
Is he out
thinking about removing the passenger?
Travis, unmute yourself.
I think he didn't set his settings correctly.
Ooh.
And he's the administrator, so I can't help him.
Yeah. American Trucker, we definitely killed it on revenue at Prime. Do not get it twisted. Like, we did not make this move personally, just based on money. We were doing really well at Prime, money wise. But yeah, just that eventually that freedom just it's priceless, I guess.
Spoke volumes. Yep.
Do you guys go home a lot more, or is it still the same as it was on Prime? I'll let you answer that one.
I went home every other week when I
time. So we don't
these
really
past 6 months. I think I actually physically worked on the road about 3.5, maybe 4 of those months. The rest of the time I was sitting at home.
Right. We don't have a house to go back to, but if we did, we could be there probably
there every other week too.
Every other week, maybe once a week if we needed to.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go back up. Let me see.
Travis is struggling right now. I agree. So
yeah, he'll struggling. He'll get there eventually.
He's
Javier Hernandez says, "I have a 2017 Volvo. Is that too old for?" I'm going to assume that says Landstar, but no, it is not.
Absolutely not.
The trucks rolling down the road with Landstar on the side, sir.
If it passed the Landstar inspection, you're good for Landstar.
Yeah, right.
So. I don't know if you caught Christopher. I'm not going to attempt that last name.
Wamhoff.
Wamhoff.
We're going for it. Sorry if we butchered it.
About halfway into his comment, he said, "What would you say for someone breaking into trucking? What's the best advice for becoming a lease op?"
Hey, can we get that feedback going? You can't have the speaker and the microphone come from the same device.
Can I hear? Yeah. I just shut. Man, I've had to try like 10 different things just to. Yeah, I'm still having poor connectivity. I have no idea why I've got poor connectivity, man. I've got a strong 5G signal connected to my phone. No idea why, man. I cannot get good audio from you guys off my phone. But I turn the audio on my computer on, and then I hear you loud and clear. It's crazy.
Interesting. So back to
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Before you interrupt.
Yeah. Sorry, we're trying to have a podcast here. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
This is our
show now.
Live now.
So what would
I got nothing, man.
Advise somebody on breaking into trucking? And becoming a lease op.
Do it sooner than later. It's a big jump, but try to save up as much as you can. And if it's set up like Prime, they make it pretty failure proof if you're
Ross might have a different experience.
No, I'm talking about it in the beginning. After that's on you whether you make it or break it. But in the first month, I mean, everything's covered on the truck. Just try to run and save up as much as you can.
I think we're all a little biased in here because Ross, you only ran with Prime, right? And we only ran with Prime.
But he has company though.
I did company for a year.
Actually,
going
both
to
of
Lease,
them.
You would be able to
company.
Tell somebody better how when you felt comfortable, I guess, switching to Lease because we kind of jumped right out the gate. But
for me, I didn't have any plans to go Lease. It was actually off the recommendation of my company fleet manager because I asked too many questions. If you're thinking about going Lease, find out all that you can before actually go. Yes, do it logically. Like find out all you can before you decide to go Lease. Like what certain, if you're just getting into trucking or fresh into trucking, I can't say don't go straight into Lease, but I also can't say go company first and then go to Lease.
Hey,
you kind of have to find your own time for you because everyone's situation is different. So if it's right for you to go Lease, then
we've both been successful doing it both ways. But that's not a guarantee that everybody's going to be successful doing it either way. It's just kind of up to the individual. But
I can't find a cable right now.
Matt said a good thing about having a big stack of cash. To have a big stack of cash.
Can you put your microphone on mute?
What if he can still hear us?
No,
probably not. No.
Oops.
All right, so back to our podcast, the Johnson's Logic No Luck podcast.
Either having a big stack of cash either helps you if
the No Luck Logic.
You guys are dicks, man.
If you have something come up that you need to pay for out of pocket, or it helps you if you need to make a move, buying a truck, or just a big stack of cash helps a lot in life in general. Yeah. I would not recommend company hopping. That was always one of our greatest fears. We did a lot of research because, you see, and nothing against those people, but we just didn't want to be going company to company and company to company. I really wanted to try to make a move someplace where we could stay for a while.
He's gone again.
So welcome back to No Luck Logic.
Right.
This has become a private.
How does it feel
live?
Not being speed governed? I'll let you take that one first.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll answer this from a logical perspective. So I feel not having a speed governor, for me anyway, it's highly efficient for the way that I run my business. So even though I can go faster, I don't always go fast. Well, I always maintain around 70, but I don't always speed everywhere I go. But I certainly put a dollar amount on my time versus saving the fuel. And as far as being able to go as fast as I need to be able to do safely, it saves me time. I'm able to do more loads if I need to, or not get stuck behind someone for that matter. But as far as my fuel cost is the same as it was at Prime Governed at 65. So for me, it's logical for me to do 65, 70, or even 75 or 80 when legal. Now 80 is not highly recommended, but
you're muted, man. I see the mute right by your name. All right, so I think honestly it makes us safer to not be speed governed, because everybody that's speed governed knows that struggle trying to pass another truck that's only like a mile or two slower than you, and you do some really dumb things like you got to get right up on them and then swing out. That's not as safe as getting in the left lane, giving a little bit, and getting past everyone.
Yeah.
The first week that we were ungoverned, we went a little fast, got places quick, but
and not like breaking the speed limit, because let's not lie, 65 in a lot of places is well below the speed limit. But I definitely think that it can make you a lot safer. But just because we have the ability to go faster, we're not those people usually that are just hanging out in the left lane all the time or blowing people's doors off. I like to run about generally just cruising anywhere between like 66 to 68, because I do feel like our truck gets slightly better fuel economy. Really anywhere under 70, it's a lot better. Once you get over 70, it's just, almost straight downhill. But there was something that I liked about the 65 at Prime. I kind of liked the traffic going by you and just getting away from you. I don't like to be bunched up in groups. So that's why I do tend to run still a little bit slower and try not to get in that, constantly passing back and forth game.
Yeah.
But the ability to go faster is, priceless. It's fantastic. Yeah. So
I can probably say, coming from Prime, for probably all three of us, us being stuck at 65 when we all got cut loose, we had that first week where we're like, we're doing 71. And then after that breaking period, we're just like, it's all the same, except being stuck behind someone. That's the only difference.
It's nice having the option to be able to pass somebody when you need to, instead of doing the slow pass. You can pass the people and get back over without causing a backup in the left lane.
I know Travis is annoyed right now, but he's still muted.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
Yeah, he's on purpose.
Audio issues, not mic issues. So.
Okay, but I know.
Also, another thing about the speed. This is something I know you guys have dealt with too. But so when we're governed at 65, how we get stuck behind someone doing 64 or 65 and a half. But even with us being ungoverned, even if the speed limit's 70, we still get stuck behind people doing 62, trying to pass someone doing 61.
Yep.
So it's like it's all the same fight. We're just doing it.
Come up on them real fast.
Real fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember those days when you had to swing out. You just got to do it. I try to be understanding, but sometimes it's like, all right, man, you're making no progress. Let's get back over there.
And did you ever play the game? I played a game where if you put your turn signal on, the person will magically speed up and get away from you.
Yes.
Yeah,
I do that.
I could tell you knew exactly what I was talking about. It's like all it takes is a turn signal. You don't even have to swing into the left lane. Just put on turn signal and they'll take off.
Just creep over a little bit. Just enough for them to see Prime on the top. They're like, oh, nah.
Just enough. Like, keep going, man.
American Trucker asks, is there any reason why you wouldn't pay off your truck as soon as possible, like tax deductions or anything?
That's a good question.
I'm not a tax professional.
Yeah.
You have to talk to your financial advisor, your tax professional.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look and see what your APR is and make that decision yourself.
And I guess that's just
also a different
great buying a truck question, but it obviously does depend on if you're leasing or purchasing, because the lease payments can be
tax
deductible.
That's merging into the tax professional area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just drive the truck.
I don't get paid for that. I just drive the truck.
Yeah,
exactly.
I pay somebody for that.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So that's the thing. You need to find people that are good in all the areas that you need help with, so that you can work on your business and the driving the truck part, and you pay people that are professionals that are good at doing the other parts.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I enjoy writing a check for someone else to take that headache, because I'm not doing that.
Somebody has studied enough of their arts to be way better than we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Prime Trucker Rob, sounds a lot like you're curious about the freight lines at Landstar.
What are?
I don't know.
What are your freight lanes at Landstar? Wherever's paying good.
Whatever's paying good, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same tricky thing. It just depends on what season you're in as to what weather is doing what in what area as well. We really found that.
Oh man, he went back to Game Boy now.
Like Game Boy, yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah.
Hey man, this is all I got, dude.
All right.
That's all I got.
It works.
That's all I got, man.
Original Game Boy too. It's not even Game Boy Color.
Bro,
I don't know.
If you knew what my laptop looked
where
like,
I had the green shades of gray.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you knew what my laptop looked like, it would explain all of this.
It's all good.
Is this on your laptop?
Yeah, I have a ThinkPad, right? I usually use the laptop for comments because I can type extremely fast and just use my phone for. So, like, even though it looks muted here, I'm trying to test the microphone on my laptop to see. It was just a mess. It was an absolute mess. Nevertheless, I'm here. Welcome. This is remote. This is my secret remote that always hides behind the scenes.
Look, guys. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit.
That's right.
I was about to say, I'm with Florida Boy because I'm like, I wear glasses trying to look at this camera like, is it my eyes or?
Yeah.
Dude.
My glasses.
Don't look.
It's all good. I tell everyone it's not about the quality of the content or the filming. It's about the quality of the content.
There you go. Yeah, at least you can hear me, okay? Whatever.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You have to work doubly hard now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, welcome to the No Luck Logic podcast. We're glad we were able to come again.
I know, for real. Y'all are killing it, though.
So we'll invite our guest Travis Kinley to our podcast.
Yeah, what in the world? All right, so where are we at in comments? Like, y'all know what's going on right now.
Yeah, we kind of caught up. I think we were touching on a few things like
freight lanes. I wanted to actually want to address that one.
Yeah, take that one.
So I don't really keep myself on a dedicated lane. I really keep myself in like certain areas. So I personally run like a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But just like you said, I kind of go where the freight is paying. But I start from home. I always shoot to the northeast and then somewhere in the Midwest and then back home, and I just rinse and repeat. Personally, outside of going to Canada for the first time, but I keep myself within a triangle.
It's a little different for us because there's some more like team-oriented loads that go out to like Utah, and then when we're out there, they need teams to run stuff back to the East Coast. We kind of shy away from that right now because snow and stuff like that.
See, you know what? I'm gonna change my YouTube name and take that apostrophe out because I noticed my URL does that for everybody.
Yeah, you be messing me up, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my YouTube name.
Is it actually an apostrophe? Yeah, it's got to be an apostrophe because I copied and pasted
it's
it.
the
right?
script code. Yeah, it's the script code for the apostrophe.
He did this.
Yeah. I was trying to
copy and paste, and it had a whole bunch of extra characters.
Yeah,
that's what I was like.
Yeah.
You got a page over a second page for your link.
You can just manually type. Actually, I can just manually type it.
There you go.
Yeah, but I do think for us being out of Virginia, it's a little hard to get like a really high paying load out of the house going north or south, just because we're right in the middle of the East Coast. So for us, kind of heading west out of the house tends to be the more logical first move.
You said it.
But Virginia does have a surprising amount of hazmat coming out of either Virginia or West Virginia, and we're not that far from West Virginia. So we've had some. I mean, we haven't gone home that many times and then gone back out, but so far it's been pretty good getting out of the house, out of Virginia, which with refrigerated is not for us anyway. We couldn't get anything out of Virginia.
They kept sending us over to get these bum trailers.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it all out, so I don't really have a lane at all.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we really don't.
Where
either,
the money
honestly.
is, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The money is our lane.
Yeah.
We don't have a dedicated lane either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Now, of course, there's areas I stay away from, like dead zones or whatever, but other than that, man,
I don't know. If you give us enough money, we're going to dead zones.
Going to the dead zone too, whatever.
Speaking of, I hate to bring this up, but have you guys looked at freight to Colorado right now?
Yes.
Yeah, have you looked at Colorado right now?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still not going, but
that's why our truck's not going.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because what do you get out of Colorado right now? Because I mean, I'm just assuming, I haven't looked at the weather apps lately, but I'm just assuming that Wyoming and Nebraska are out of the question, and I'm really not taking beer out of Colorado. It's just not happening.
I always have to deadhead out of Colorado, but I usually deadhead over to Kansas.
Right.
I think there's a paper mill or something right there.
Okay.
Usually run that back home to Georgia.
Okay.
We just got a phone call to haul some like explosives back to the East Coast last time we were out that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that solo over here. We don't. Just normal hazmat for us.
It was a solo run, but he was like, "Hey, if you could get it there before Thanksgiving, they'd be really happy." We're like, "We could do that."
Okay.
It was weird.
It was weird.
But it really wasn't. It wasn't that long of a run. I mean, Utah back to South Carolina isn't that bad.
Travis, you're looking confused over there.
He does look confused.
I was reading the comments there. The one I just popped up. JL, would you go back to Canada? Are the rates really good going into Canada? Also, do you get a load out of Canada? And what rate was it? What was that rate like?
All right.
Go out, right?
So I actually came out of Canada empty. It's a whole lot easier to get out of the country of Canada with just an empty trailer. The rate was okay going into Canada. For the amount of miles, it was fantastic. But for the amount of days, just because it was a weekend, it was just a lot of days. But it was a great amount of money. For the amount of work I was doing, it was a great amount of money for it. But I would absolutely go back. I got offered a load from a Canadian Landstar agent to pick up out of not too far where I delivered and go back to Massachusetts, but by the time he got my information, and so the rates coming out of Canada, if they're anything in comparison to whatever he was offering, they're pretty good. But unfortunately, we were like 35 seconds too slow.
Did they send you the rate in Canadian though, and then you have to convert it? Okay,
but it was still good.
So he converted it for me, but
it was still
Canadian.
I mean, I could see it.
Thank you.
Evan, what up?
Yeah, I see that. What's going on?
Florida boy said
I should go grab those shades.
Canada was paying $16,000.
And
Michigan going into Canada?
Ooh.
Might have to look into that a little bit further.
I can guarantee if it's $16,000, there's going to be some catch.
Oh yeah, the big catch.
I guarantee you had to pick that up, like for instance today, and it doesn't deliver till like February.
Multi-stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 14 stops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't hang, to be honest with you. I can't hang. I'm just not a stop type of, the whole multi-stop thing.
No.
I'm on a multi-stop right now.
I just don't like it. I can't.
I don't mind them. I like them. Those less than truckload LTL loads.
Yeah,
I like them. I'm on one right now. I negotiated. I think I'm running this for $5 a mile. I
Yeah.
could have delivered it yesterday if I didn't get caught in that pile up. I could have delivered it yesterday. I would have been home free already. $5 a mile. But
yeah, I was curious about that because we haven't had the guts to take one of those yet.
So they're super easy.
American Trucker asked, "Does Landstar deliver to Alaska?" Yes.
Yes.
But you have to look and see what comes out. There's only one flatbed load, and there are 2 reefer loads. So if you're pulling a company drive-in, you're not getting one of those loads out. So
you take it.
Divide the rate in half, and that's what you're going to get. And right now the rate's about $5 a mile. So figure in $250 a mile for 8,000 miles. But that's before Landstar's cut.
I was about to say, me and Travis saw one going to Alaska for like $20,000, kind of leaving out of what was that, South Carolina, Travis?
Yeah. But isn't it right at like $5 a mile though? Maybe a little bit more for that, but
I don't know.
You're not getting anything out.
Yeah.
And then you also have to like weigh your options, whether you're gonna, you have to figure out with that agent whether you're gonna go through Canada to get to Alaska or take that expensive ferry, and you better not have hazmat.
Yeah. Right. But also, isn't fuel like stupid expensive everywhere up there?
Alaska. Yeah. Mike can jump in with the fuel cost, but they do it in liters, which is 3.8 liters to the gallon.
Right.
And I mean, it's quite a bit.
Yeah, $2.50 a mile doesn't sound bad until your cost per mile goes way up with. I mean, I don't know how personal we want to get here, but $2.50 a mile is not where we. That's not where we like sit.
That's below the threshold.
Yes, for 8,000 miles, 50 when it might not be that bad, but your cost per mile is also going way up, and that's way below where we like to look. So
when are you going to Alaska? Maybe on a flight, not commercially.
I feel that way about Canada too, though. I'd love to visit Canada, but I don't know if I want to do it in a truck.
Just go. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Well, but there's no reward for the extra work, in my opinion.
But that's just the thing. There's no extra work. Like when you book that load with the agent to go to Canada, the agent does everything. They get your PARS number for you. They get your border entry number. You literally show them your ID and you go through.
You can
unless you're in my
loads, and you can keep the multi-stop. You can have all of them that you want.
All the middle of Brooklyn loads, you can keep that too.
I'm not going back there. No, you guys got me on that.
You want to go to the boroughs? We got you.
So not anymore. Not since that last time.
Are yours?
All of it.
Yeah.
So
give me Western New York or Central New York.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, all day.
Where in New York are we going?
Yeah.
We just cut off the edge.
Yeah.
Right
at the 95 corner.
Right up 95.
The southeast. Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But anyway, have either of y'all thought about buying your own trailer eventually?
Yeah, let's hear that.
Y'all put any thought into that?
Hot take. Go. Travis, fire away.
I have. I thought about buying my own trailer. I thought about buying more trucks and running a fleet, but I'm not 100% committed yet. Probably more leaning towards fleet than trailer committed. I would just actually I've found places to park now that I've come home for the first time with a trailer, so I'm actually cool with that. I found one place that's $5 a day, and then I found one place I can do $45 a month. So that's even better. Yeah.
So our opinion on the trailer thing is we do want to buy one, but the prices are about double what you can normally get a trailer for, so it's just not worth it. It's going to take a lot longer to make up because you get 7% more on the split with Landstar, and it's going to take a lot more to make it cost effective do so. So right now we just take the gamble and see how the trailers are when we pick up the drop and hook.
Yeah, take a lot longer to pay off the investment.
What about you?
Oh, y'all still do dropping hooks? I don't do those no more.
Well,
find a good trailer, and then
if we got a brand new trailer, it would stop too.
We had a brand new
4 months and counting.
The drop like $8 a mile. So
I've had the same 2022 trailer for like 4 months now.
So you're not even thinking of buying a trailer then, huh?
Every time agent calls me, like, hey, it's preloaded at the shipper. I'm like, click. I don't do dropping hooks.
Yeah,
that's also on dropping hooks when it's like dropping hook on both end. Like, nope.
No thanks. Live load only. Like I had an agent before I picked up that load out of Minnesota, I had an agent call me. He's like, "You have a Landstar van trailer?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, okay. Well, it's dropping hook at the shipper." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Your load sounds great. It takes me home, but I don't do dropping hooks." And he's like, "But you said you have a Landstar trailer." And I was like, "I do." He's like, "So you do dropping hooks?" I'm like, "No, I don't." And he was like, "I don't understand." I'm like, "I've got a brand new trailer. I'm not dropping it for an older one." So that's it. So there's nothing to understand.
Any plans to buy your own trailer eventually?
I toyed with the idea. However, I have a couple things that may be coming to fruition for me. So I've had to put them
on. Yeah. Gotcha. True.
Yeah.
Actually, that's from what I told you, that's changed.
Okay. Well, if you could call somebody,
Well, dang.
Yeah.
So Travis, when are you planning on getting an APU?
Hold on. You got one up on the
okay.
April. Maybe
green APU.
Yeah. They're not scrolling too fast though, so that's why I put one right there. Okay. I just saw American Trucker. I didn't know. American Trucker hadn't really nailed that down to a certain date. It's really, I'm gonna feel it when it hits.
To not have a DEF truck.
Yeah. I'm gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Travis is cheap, so when he starts burning fuel, idling it through the night, he's gonna get an APU.
Yeah.
Exactly. Especially when it starts making money sense.
Yeah. Like allow me to translate. When the Lord tells me.
When the Lord.
When the Holy Spirit tells me.
When it's 90 degrees and the AC is kicking. That's when.
I'm trying to tell you. Absolutely. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, Tim West wanted to know about a small fleet at Landstar. Yes, Tim West. I had a guy named his name is Kelly. His YouTube is The Faithful Trucker. Kelly has 3 trucks, if I'm correct. I think I thought I knew of another YouTuber that has 5 trucks at Landstar. But yeah, Blue Ribbon. That's it. You're right. Yeah. So Tim West and everybody else who's listening, this is just something I did not know about Landstar prior to coming to Landstar, but it is an extremely common thing for people to come to Landstar as an operator only, not as an owner operator, but as an operator. Let's say Johnson's Logic owns a truck that's empty. It is an extremely common thing for people to apply and, get hired at Landstar, apply and get accepted. I think you kind of want to say the word accepted instead of hired. But anyway, solely to drive another person's truck. You've got an orientation as an operator or as a driver, and that's it. So just a tidbit of information. I don't know. You see all these people who have empty trucks and they're always looking for drivers or whatever, but they're looking in Landstar groups for drivers. Like,
because you have to be qualified.
Yeah, which is effective. Don't get me wrong, but you
still have to get to that process.
Exactly. You're right. You're totally right. So truck with me, since we're on this topic already, I'll go ahead and do that. It's it's the same as the portion of the process that deals with your truck at Landstar, right? Like, it's not like you have to get hired again, but all you have to do is just purchase the truck and then go through the same.
So what do I always say that you need to start? What do I say you always need to start?
Oh, yeah. A big stack of cash. You got a stack of cash, you'll be good to go.
There you go.
That solves all the problems. You ever want to know?
That's it.
Big old stack of cash.
That's it. A big old stack of cash. You pay everybody you need to pay, and then you can bring your truck to Landstar.
Yeah, you basically buy the truck. You find somebody that wants to run it. They have to go through all the qualifications, and then you have to get them paid as a W-2 employee.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's it. But it's an extremely common thing.
You kind of do. I think that's gray area.
You should pay them as W-2, but
pretty sure if
pay them as
your employee, it should be W-2. But hey,
that's going to that tax area.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that because I don't know. I've just never really heard anybody talk about that outside of the Landstar circle.
Yeah.
But that's a solid option. Yeah, that's a solid option.
I didn't realize how many people had multiple trucks before we came to Landstar. I didn't even know it was a thing. Really.
No idea.
Yeah, me neither. Not to the extent in which I know now. But you got people who, I don't know, you like say Trucker John, Country Trucker Brad over at Prime, people who are driving other people's trucks, and they just enjoyed that option. I just feel like that's a solid. And then just to, before we move to the sitting duck policy, it is at the discretion of the truck owner whether or not you're going to look at the load board and choose your own loads or not.
Yep.
Okay, so if anybody's wondering, you can negotiate and speak with that truck owner. Some truck owners just want you to work a little while and show that you know how to, and then maybe make, I think the faithful truckers like this, and then there's other truck owners that they dispatch you. But nevertheless, some truck owners, they just want you to prove that you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, you know how to fuel, and you understand what their financial goals are. So when you're booking loads, you are not just self-centered, but that's a solid option.
I want to add something also. If anybody is looking for something like that, you always look for somebody that's willing to teach you to move on.
Yes.
Not to keep you there, not to hide information from you, but somebody that wants to teach you how to do it and do it well, and then help you move on to the next step.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. And it sounds exactly like what the faithful trucker was saying, that he teaches people how to basically take over the truck.
And grow. And then, rinse and repeats, just much like what Blue Ribbon does. So, I don't know. I just wanted to mention that because I was like, dang, dude, if you were thinking about doing that, that's a nice way to get in the Landstar, dude. Step by step. Everybody's next step.
No risk.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. RJ wants to know, this must be for Johnson's Logic because I don't know.
To me, I have never had even a single reason since I've been here at Landstar to even attempt to be a sitting duck. There's always parking, and if you're about to go to an area where there's parking's going to be slim, you need to shut down a little bit earlier. It's just all about planning.
Reserve a spot.
Reserve a spot. I do that often.
There's so many options. You shouldn't have to put yourself as a sitting duck. There's exactly 0 times that I've ever parked on an on or off ramp or made up a spot or been somewhere where it would have violated the sitting duck policy anyways. So, and that's through with the whole career, not just
Landstar. About to say the same thing. It's not just Landstar. Even at Prime, I was never a sitting duck. So
it
didn't bother me coming to Landstar at all.
Yeah, we had that own policy ourselves at Prime. We just didn't call it sitting. We didn't call it sitting duck, but we had our own policy that we didn't like to stack up anywhere. But also on the parking reservation thing, I just want to touch on, we always use points when we have points. But if you do have to pay cash or with a card for it, it is tax deductible.
It is,
which is good as a 1099 employee. So it's not.
I was just about to tell you, you should stop using your points. You should always use your
points.
It
feels better to me to use points.
And I don't know. We don't use points for a lot of other stuff. So our points to us are for reserve parking. So
yeah.
I don't know. You know what you use your points for. Maybe we're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I was like, for my points, I do food, and that's it. Everything else, that's a tax write-off. Parking, showers, supplies. I always pay with cash or my card. That's the tax write-off.
Travis uses his Loves points for the armor and sword.
Well, it's not like Loves has reserved parking anyway, even though they should.
No, dude.
No, they shouldn't.
I have never had enough points for that armor and sword, dude. What did
One day, buddy.
200, 300 bucks.
How much was it?
It's expensive, man.
It is.
Oh, I would say I think I have that many points.
Full set of armor.
Like at this point, with me going to Loves since Prime, I believe I have that many points.
Really?
Yeah, I think I have like $300 in Loves points.
That's what you need to take with you across the border next time. Just wear it.
Yeah.
Allow me entry into this country.
Hey, Paul Smith. I don't think
a lot of drinks with the Loves points.
Yeah,
that's where I spend them at Loves.
Oh yeah. I do that too. I totally do that too.
Well, that's why you don't have the armor yet.
That's true. I know, right?
You keep buying drinks.
It's the cappuccinos. They have the Cinnabon cappuccino, and then they have the pumpkin spice Cinnabon cappuccino. Oh my goodness, those things are everything at 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, put it back.
Is that a naked juice?
What are we?
No.
What are we shaking?
What was that?
He doesn't want to show us. Oops.
There it is. We're doing a drink check.
Yeah, we're doing a drink check.
Naked.
Is that the mango? Yeah.
Okay. So what beer are you drinking this way? Yeah, that way.
I'm drinking an Ultra Gold, man. That's all I buy at home, at least. I drink a lot of other ones, but that's all I
got a kiwi strawberry. And she has water.
Keeping it sober. I hear you. Keeping it sober. Hey, none of us have Keep Trucking, right? I think we all have. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I have OmniTrax.
Yeah, Paul Smith. I really don't know anything about Keep Trucking, really, to be honest with you.
I know
at Landstar. Excuse me. The older guys at Landstar still have Keep Trucking, but no one on the newer side has Keep Trucking because they haven't updated their network yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So none of us can use it after the first of the year, I think it is.
Yeah. That one dude in my orientation that chose it. You don't remember that one guy?
Yeah, but he's going to learn very quickly that they haven't updated their service yet. That's why Landstar stopped using them. They haven't stopped using them, but until Keep Trucking comes out with the 5G service that they can put on their devices.
Interesting.
That's why they sent out that bulletin.
People selling old units.
Yeah.
Oh, no, what you're talking about, the guy in your class, that wasn't Keep Trucking. He chose ELD Solutions.
Oh,
it's two different things.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
Keep Trucking, you have to order through LCAP.
Yeah.
Which you can't right now.
Yeah. I feel like, did y'all hit a question that was kind of like this earlier?
Nah, just but we can fire away on this. We got some hot takes.
I would say I don't think any of us have lease purchase though, have we?
No, but I mean it's the same thing.
We still have an opinion.
Okay. All right, here's my piece of advice. I've never done a lease purchase, just like Johnson's logic said. Here's my piece of advice. I was gonna mention this in a video. I have learned over the past week being at Landstar that a lot of the things that I valued and took very seriously at Prime are playing heavily in my experience at Landstar, right? Timeliness, professionalism, my hours of service. Nobody's going to talk to me about my hours of service anymore. You know, nobody's going to suggest me to do a sleeper burst split like, you know, a fleet manager may or may not do for you. A lot of the things that I took seriously before really play heavily into my experience now. So I'm just going to take that same principle, Turtle Island, and apply it to exactly what you just asked. Treat your, what's that?
We lost Ross.
No, I'm still here. I have a massive headache.
That himself, yeah. Treat your lease purchase experience like you just bought a truck from a dealership. Don't treat it like it's anything different. Just because you're at Prime, that's just a carrier. It's just a carrier. 3 weeks from then, 4 months from then, you could be at a totally different carrier and suddenly you're not at Prime. So if I had any advice on lease purchase, ask No Luck Trucking for lease purchase advice, period. It doesn't matter if you're at Prime or not. It doesn't matter because you may not be at Prime during the summertime. Yeah. So just treat it like you're really buying it. Don't treat it like there's any difference. That's the only piece of advice I can give.
So my advice is it's a really good deal through Prime. Their trucks are a good deal, but just figure out what your end goal is. If your end goal is to run on your own, run under like a Landstar type company, you do it. But figure out how much it's going to cost you in the end, and if it's worth it to you, then do it.
Yeah, I'm basically just going to piggyback off of the both of you. I mean, lease versus lease purchase. Whatever truck you're in, you need to treat it like your truck. Like at the end of the day, that truck belongs to you. So if you're going to do a lease purchase, do a lease purchase. But I would say don't give up, halfway through. If you took the time to order that lease purchase, finish it out. Make that truck yours. It's your truck, like from day one.
Yeah.
Because you can take it outside financing. You can do whatever.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Yeah.
But even leasing isn't a bad thing either. I mean, we don't look down on people that lease office buildings to start up their business.
Hold on. You jump into a topic that's on my list.
All right, we'll pause it.
If not, we'll even save it for another live because I just, I told you I feel some type of way about, but whatever. Right. Trucker Man, real quick, if I buy a new truck, is it going to be auto or manual? It depends on how much I like the truck. If I really don't like it very much and I don't really care, I'm just doing it to put another driver in it, it's probably going to be auto because I can find a lot more auto drivers than anybody else. If I really, really like it a lot, it'll be either one because I can drive either one. And a lot of the trucks that I look at are probably going to be manual. Before y'all answer this Prime Trucker Rob's next question, because I know Johnson's logic, he's going, see. Prime Trucker Rob want to know why we prefer to live load and unload instead of drop and hook. Let me just say this, and then we're going to let you fire away like a cannon. Earlier, I don't know if y'all saw it in one of the Landstar groups, somebody did a drop and hook, and they picked up a trailer, and it had placards still in it around the trailer, and they spray painted it black, Liz. They spray, and then what? the driver who picked up the trailer said first they spray painted it white, you could tell, but you could still see the placard through the white, so they spray painted it black.
The outside of the trailer, they spray painted.
Oh my god!
Instead of just working to take the doggone placard out of there, spray painted the trailer black.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So Prime Trucker Rob, driver who did
the placards, and they were just spray painted black.
Yeah. That dude's probably got let go.
Yeah,
but that's not even your property, though.
Exactly,
that's Landstar's property that you are spray painting.
Why would you do that?
That's wild.
What?
Yeah, so that driver had to do something. I don't remember if they worked on cleaning it off or they removed it. I mean, they had to work before they were able to get to work. So Prime Trucker Rob.
It's just
well. Also, the type of freight that we run, mostly hazmat now, think of the high value loads with Prime where you roll in anytime, doesn't matter the appointment time, you get in and out in 20 minutes and they're happy to see you. That's the freight that we haul. Yeah. So live loads all day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus drop and hook on the receiver end, you run the risk of them saying that they have trailers there and then you getting there and there's no trailer for you. So we don't do that. Trailers are livelihood. We can't haul freight without it. So we don't play that game.
And even if it's not a hazmat load, we really haven't waited that long to be loaded or unloaded anywhere. I think the most maybe at this point would be maybe 2 or 3 hours.
If we're ignoring Target, taking 8 hours.
Yeah, if we're ignoring Target because Target
is a whole different
its own thing. But the vast majority of shippers and receivers so far with Landstar have been pretty on the ball.
Yeah. A1.
Super cool.
So
I prefer live load because I have a 2022 trailer.
Yeah.
I've got 37,000 miles on it and I've put on 24 of them. So
got that.
I know everything that's going on with this trailer. So I'm going to keep it.
Park, let's go take it.
Yeah, you can't blame him for that.
Hey, we can still take it.
Yeah, Prime Trucker Rob is just like Liz was saying. I'm glad you said that, Liz, because I was going to bring it up and neither one of y'all said it. The experience is just totally different. I know I've only got a week, but I've been to maybe 4 or 5 shippers or receivers or whatever. One that I mentioned when I was on the way home, I rolled up. I'm 24 hours early in my drop, and all I do is put the window down, and I'm like, "Hey, is this such and such?" He's like, "Yeah, what you got?" I'm like, 7 pallets of such and such, and he just pointed to a dock, and I'm like, all right, well, you know.
Yeah, we showed up to a shipper like a day early, and that lady so badly wanted to just work directly with us. Like, she was so impressed by like our professionalism and showing up and like wanting to get the load done and taken care of and like servicing the customer type of, I feel like somebody at Prime always talked about that, like being customer centered. But she's like, "Can I just deal with you guys?" And we're like, "Unfortunately, that's not how this works."
Yeah.
We can't do that. But I mean, I don't know, just having those experiences where customers are like, "Can I work directly with you?" Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just so far it's been like, I always wanted to say like my favorite customers at Prime, that's like who I get to work with every day at Landstar.
Yeah. Like, thank you for saying that, because I was just about to follow up with just the experience is totally different here, man. I'm not saying you're never going to meet a customer that's all grouchy and
of course
and everything, But I just feel like, man, most of my customers at Prime had an attitude. I can tell you don't respect me as a person. You look like you don't want to look me in the eye. You look like you think I'm an imbecile and I lack intellect entirely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like they just treated you like you were less than a person. But
Absolutely.
most of the customers, all of the customers I've dealt with so far at Landstar, like they're just totally chill. You know,
we reefer with like DMV, take a number and have a seat. We'll call.
Oh my goodness!
But don't ask too many questions and have all your stuff in order. Or you're going to sit back down. That's kind of that's reefer in a nutshell.
Those Target wait experiences are like the norm in reefer. It's like, okay, got a nap.
Yeah. So the whole live unload thing, Prime Trucker Rob, it's just like it's not a big deal at all because. I mean, you'll be there a little bit. Maybe you want to make a sandwich like me. I like to eat whenever I'm getting loaded or unloaded. So you're trying to eat real quick anyway, or I'll FaceTime, Ross while I sit there doing absolutely nothing. I'll walk around just to get out the truck, get some exercise. So, and that's much better than grabbing a trailer. It's been spray painted for some reason. I even tried to search for the picture. I was going to throw it on the screen, but I can't.
Just deleted?
They either must have or I just can't find it or something.
Probably.
But I thought it would get deleted.
It was bad. I saw that this morning. I was like, I don't even know what's going on here.
Yeah. Hey, let's do this question real fast. So Florida Boy asked, was the move worth it? But I really like the second question. Would you change anything? If there's anything different you would do, what would you do?
Who do you want to go first?
You. How about you?
Okay. We would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
And probably would have done it before the shortage, so we had more options to choose from.
Yeah.
But I think we ended up with a great truck. Don't take that as me saying that like if that was a choice, we probably would have taken that 10 out of 10. But just having the option of more trucks and doing it sooner.
Yeah. That being said, though, I do think everything happens for a reason. And I think that we learned a lot of valuable lessons those last few months at Prime. So I honestly, I have no regrets. I think that everything has worked out the way that is meant to work out. I think that worked out well for you, Travis, as much as it sucked for them not to have a truck for you. That was heartbreaking for me.
Yeah, no.
I think that it's worked out for you as well as, I could have expected, or I could have wished for you. So I have no regrets.
Yeah. How about you, Ross? What you got?
Okay, I'm going to answer this question, but I'm also going to answer 4 other questions at the same time. So it's Florida Boy, I think Demon 522, and someone else asked me about my truck as well. I can't remember who it was.
Volvo.
Only question I'm not going to get to is truck with me
Volvo
about the
gang.
border crossing, the border crossing paperwork. But would I change anything? No. I wouldn't change anything at all. I feel like I came at the right time, at the perfect time. Because if I say I wish I would have done it sooner, I would have never been able to lease my current Volvo, which I'm in now. And yes, I did pay off my Volvo from Prime, and I own my Volvo and brought it to Landstar. So if I would have came earlier, I never would have been able to get in this truck. I would have been able, been trying to find a truck or something. I feel like I got all the experiences I needed to gain at the right time for me to move at a great time. So I was able to bring my truck. I wanted a Volvo when I first came to Prime. So when I first came to Prime, I learned that there were none, and then one became available for me. That's how I knew it was the right time. So I got 6 months in at Prime in this Volvo, paid it off at Prime as soon as it became eligible, and then came over here to Landstar. So to me, I wouldn't change anything because everything fell in place right when it was supposed to.
Yeah, I respect that totally, dude. I respect that totally. I love how there are so many different answers for different reasons. So for me, of course, the move was worth it. Would I change anything? I agree with Matt, but here's the reason though. The reason is because I have a friend, Michelle, if you're watching, shout out to you. I have a friend named Michelle that I've talked to since training. She used to talk to me about being an owner op when my attention was entirely on becoming a Walmart driver. And I was like, that's just not for me. It's just not my life. That's just not for me. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Heard Ross talk about it next. And I was like, that's not for me. You remember this, Ross? I was like, nah, I'm going to be a Walmart driver. Like, that's not for me. I need these benefits. I got these kids and whatnot. I'm like,
I do remember this conversation.
If I could change anything, I would have investigated further earlier So right after my 1 year, I just would have left it as soon as possible. So no. What I'm saying is, so 5-6 months before my 1 year, every person I've ever teamed with, every dollar would have been saved for a truck. You know, I bought a Harley. I don't entirely regret buying the Harley, but if I didn't buy the Harley, that could be for a truck. The Harley, they're going to sell more Harleys forever, man. You know what I mean?
The thing is, like, me saying I wish I would have done it, we would have done it sooner, that's also disregarding all the stuff that we learned in those extra time that we spent. Like, you had all the students that you trained, and each of them taught you a little bit more as well.
You're
so,
right.
Like, part of me says I wish we would have done it sooner, but you know, we don't know what would have happened. We may not have been ready. We may have failed out the gate, may not have gotten a truck, whatever it may be. So I think like Liz was saying, like everyone else was co-signing, that like the timing happened as it should have.
Yeah, I agree, man. I was just willing to sacrifice all of the lessons I learned for the spot market rates. Anyways, let's
Oh, hold on. I want to.
Yeah, he wants to address one.
Touch on this one question that American Trucker posted in here. That it's a good question. That one.
Yeah.
So yes, you can drop a trailer. It does, especially if it's loaded. It needs to be as secure as possible. So you need the lock on the back. You need. If you have a glide hand lock, that needs to be on there, and also the kingpin lock. So you have to make sure it's secure because it's still on you if it gets stolen. But typically, you know, if you park it for a little bit to go to Walmart or anything, it's perfectly fine.
The only time I would say that you'll probably come under scrutiny is if you do it with a hazmat load. You cannot do that with a hazmat
high
load.
risk, definitely.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
but,
true.
I mean, in our training, it's supposed to stay hooked up to the tractor anyway. So
yeah. But yeah, just like you said, kingpin lock, glad hand lock. I have the high risk lock, the one that goes on the back of the trailer. I've got that one, and I still lock it normally with my prime lock.
Let's share a bit of information. If you're going to use a kingpin lock, put a grocery bag on the kingpin and then slide the lock on so it doesn't get all greasy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Too late for me on that one.
Oh no, hold on, time out. Because I told you in orientation when you got the lock kit, I'm like, hey, remember, put a grocery bag around that kingpin lock.
He didn't remember.
It went
oh my god.
And out the other. He was like, whoop.
Wait, why were you dropping a trailer already?
Because I'm at the house.
Oh, true.
I didn't feel like I really don't want to.
So it's not that you didn't remember to put a grocery bag. You were just ready to go home.
Bro, honestly, yes. I was
ready. Yeah. That's probably what it was.
10 hours
into the trailer hand and the landing gear handle. I mean, I was moving. And I just slapped that thing on there. I turned the key a couple times. I let it go. And then I looked at the grease on my hand, and then I realized now the grease is on the lock. And I was like,
good job.
Trust me, it's not coming off.
No, it's getting everywhere.
Now, which you can still do, even though it's already on there, put a grocery bag on it from now on.
Yeah. Don't worsen it.
Make it worse. Yeah.
You could take it off and scrub it.
Yeah, you could clean it.
I'm not putting in that work.
So that question?
No, it's just against policy or no. It's not against policy. You just have to make sure it's legal to do.
Okay.
Like hazmat. Yeah. Well, I guess it is against policy if it's a high risk load.
If it's hazmat or high risk, it's against policy. Yeah. Unless, well, you can't drop the trailer, but you can, if there's someone there to watch your load, i.e. someone hazmat certified at Landstar who agrees to watch your load, you can walk to the store, but you can't bobtail.
Yeah.
Because you still can't drop that trailer.
Yeah.
You can have someone watch it for you.
Hey, look, do you want to, if you address this question, you'll actually knock out 3 questions.
See, I already did this though. I already did though.
Oh, okay, cool. When I say live free, yes, you know what? I'm gonna say this real quick and I'm gonna move on. I was talking to, I don't really care if you get mad, it's on you. I was talking to Trucker Will, and
oh my God!
And Trucker Will asked me, well, dude, why do you think, because No Luck and, Johnson's Logic, now you, and it's like, I've even heard some other people that are thinking about leaving. Why do you think so many people are thinking about leaving? Shoestring, if you really examine everyone's answer, everyone here, I'll put the qualifier in like you're supposed to. Almost everyone. If you really examine almost everyone's answer, at the foundation of everyone's answer is that they just want to be free.
There was a song.
Well, I think that's probably why everyone gets in. Well, again, not everyone maybe, but that's why a lot of people get into.
Almost everyone.
Almost everybody gets into truck driving to begin with.
To be free.
Yeah, our story, we were, broke and all that, but we also just wanted the freedom. Yeah, financial freedom. We just wanted the freedom of the job, Absolutely. But I wanted to say earlier, when you were saying everything that you learned at Prime, that still comes back on your character, though. Because not everybody learns those lessons. They could do the exact same thing, have the exact same trainer, have the exact same fleet net. They could have everything the exact same. And you learning those lessons and really absorbing it and taking that out into the world and using those lessons, that's your character.
Yeah, you're totally right. Somebody else can be in the same situation. You go slam over their head and they just keep moving.
Yeah.
So Shoestring, I challenge you to just listen to everybody's answer and see if you don't find at the foundation, everything is just freedom. Now, everybody's definition of freedom looks differently, but everybody just wants to be free. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any study tips? Renegade. Does anybody remember the app? Maybe it's on my phone and I can show you. Did y'all use an app for your?
No. Read the book.
Don't use
an app.
I didn't use an app either because
you straight up read the book.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to do.
We did practice test.
Yeah, I did practice tests. I still use the app for questions. I've read the book 3 or 4 times, and now I'm gonna have to do that again in a couple of years. Yay. Not looking forward to retesting on that.
Yeah.
I did mine in Georgia. The first time I took it without studying and I missed it by 2 questions or 3 questions. I think you can miss a maximum of 3 before you fail. I literally took the book home, the manual, read it one time, retook the test and got a perfect score. Just read the book.
Yeah.
I read the book one time and then I looked at the app that I was instructed to look at by one of Ross's trainees who told me the app is accurate. And I looked at that and I passed.
Y'all are South Carolina, though. It's different.
I don't know if it was the book or the app. All I know is I have it on my license.
Yeah. Was it CDL Prep?
That's it. A red app?
CDL Prep? Yeah, the
CDL Prep is blue, I thought.
It's blue.
Mine was a red one.
Honestly, though, I studied the CDL Prep, and so the rest of all the CDL tests, I feel like were a lot easier than hazmat.
Yeah.
But that's how I studied for all the CDL stuff too, and I passed everything the first time.
Especially tanker, that one's super easy. I thought
tanker was super easy.
Yeah, it's just
I failed combinations getting my CDL permit. I remember that junk. I almost was I came to Prime. This is back when Prime didn't have their didn't stop doing the CDL at Missouri first.
Yeah.
So back when I first came to Prime, you got your permit in Missouri with the Missouri address and everything. Yeah. And I remember going there so gung ho.
They're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's so crazy, right?
Still does it.
They're so crazy.
Yeah,
but I failed combinations.
95% of the questions are exactly the same as the actual test. So
yeah.
And just expect to run into questions that I don't know.
Yeah.
But you should have read the book.
You should have read the book, though.
Yeah.
This isn't about me. I have my CDL.
Yeah. hey, Prime Trucker Rob.
How many times take the test?
Prime Trucker Rob, thank you for the doggone super chat. Bet I'm not going to get you your doggone honey bun. Bet I'm not going to. I think, I don't know. I was looking on the internet. I'm just going to mention this and move on. I was looking on the internet, the old internet, Facebook or something like that. And I think maybe Prime Trucker Rob's thinking about starting a fleet or something. He's talking about getting a driver in his truck. So why don't you comment something about that? We can go ahead and tackle Tim West's question.
Is he going to be Landstar Trucker Rob soon?
I don't know. He was asking about hiring a driver. Prime Trucker Rob, he's got something on his mind. Now, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. It seems like
that should be interesting to watch.
And he sure has a lot of questions tonight. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Absolutely to that question.
Yeah, I thought that would be a quick one. Absolutely.
Would you still recommend Prime?
Yeah, all 3 of us are recommending.
I feel like we address this in every live, but absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Do it.
I still do.
Yeah.
It's the best of the starter companies.
Yeah,
in my
best of the
opinion.
starter companies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can I just want to say something real fast because I'm scrolling through the comments, but I feel like just like this one right here. I feel like Trucker E said, he also said OTR Reefer Life institutionalizes you. Now, for somebody who watches a lot of jail like TV shows and stuff, like golly, like anyways, off topic for a second. I just want to, just like this comment, I saw another one right here. It says, had my truck lease purchase, but he's losing his mind waiting, still got a year. I just want to ask Johnson's Logic to really, will you clearly explain how you obtained your truck? Because I think here's the confusion. Here's what I think the confusion is.
Cash.
You use the words, I paid my truck off. And I think there's some confusion here about how you move the truck. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, let's clarify that.
Of cash.
Yeah. Fat sack of cash. No, I was playing. So I've never lease purchased at Prime. This Volvo that I'm currently in was a Volvo tester truck and was lease only. Now, what I'm about to say is this applies to all lease trucks at Prime. So if you're in a regular lease, there is an option you can take to take away that regular lease truck and make it yours the same way I did mine. So every regular lease truck at Prime, once it's on that fleet for 2 years, there's an option in your contract to pay off that truck from that 2-year mark. It's in your contract. So whether you have the money, you have to outside finance it, whatever the case may be, you're literally paying the truck off from Success Leasing and titling it in your name by whatever methods that you choose. But that's how it goes from regular lease to a true owner op truck.
Thank you. Now, just to be clear, that part of your contract he's talking about is your Schedule C. You go on your table of contents, you look for Schedule C. It's somewhere around page 6 or 7 or something like that. I don't really remember. But,
sounds like I looked at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. I really wanted my truck. I just couldn't wait until September 2022.
I told him to wait.
This dude's talking about wait one more year. Anyways, so
can't skip the struggle.
I struggled. I'm good. Okay. So I get that question so much from people. At the 2-year mark, just like he said, you are eligible to purchase that truck, just like you go to a dealership and purchase a Honda Civic or something of that nature. Okay. It's a very similar process, slightly different, but you're still purchasing a vehicle. Either you're going to drop all the cash on it or you need to get a loan. If you're going to get a loan, you need to inquire about the down payment, look at the Schedule C. It's going to show you the price. Then you call the lender. Lender says you need 25%. Calculate 25%. Just do your thing. Okay. Everything else, y'all got to do by yourself. We can't be telling you everything you do on YouTube. Okay. All right. What's the most important thing you look for picking a truck? Johnson Logic, you didn't pick a truck, so I don't know.
Yes, I did. I
picked
picked this truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did I just finish talking about?
You're right.
The one that reliably hauls freight that's in your price range.
But
if it turns on, I'm good.
But we can't talk about the most reliable truck because, well, I guess we're a little bit different being a team. The most reliable truck isn't always the best truck for you, because if we went with the most reliable truck, we would still have a Freightliner.
It's true.
But we value our spines and we try to sleep while the other person is driving. So therefore we went with a Peterbilt.
With the Cummins.
Yeah, now with the Cummins. We had a Peterbilt at Prime though, which had the PACCAR, which was a little bit maybe a little bit less reliable than with the Cummins. But nevertheless, it's really, I feel like what you look for in a truck is really individual to you. Like a reliable truck is great. I would recommend a Freightliner to any solo driver. I can't really recommend a Freightliner to a team because it just beats the hell out of you. But everybody's situation is kind of different. But I would definitely say don't be afraid to get in any type of truck just to try it out. If you have the ability to try out different types of trucks, try them out and see which one you like best.
Yeah, strongly agree.
I've been listening to Hauling Assets since I was in TNT, and when he was buying his truck, He said he advises people to try out at least 3 trucks before actually pulling the trigger on one.
Absolutely. You did.
In this market, I don't think you really get that option.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Unless you intentionally do it, though. Just go look at a truck that,
True.
Yeah. We almost bought a Volvo. That's so us not buying a Volvo isn't like a reflection of us saying, we wouldn't buy a Volvo. We wanted to. We would have if one had been available.
If they had it on the lot.
If they had,
no luck would be in a Volvo.
That's right.
We would not have gone with a Freightliner. We almost did. We thought about it for 2 seconds.
We almost had a 389.
Yeah, there were so few trucks
Chrome
available.
gang.
There are so few trucks available, but
one thing I forgot to tell in my story is I almost had an SBA loan, but I didn't really almost have it. But I definitely pushed for one. I pushed for an SBA loan. I was going to try and get me a real nice truck or whatever, but it didn't work. I don't know why.
What is that? SBA? SVA?
Small Business Administration.
Small Business. Okay.
Yeah. I applied for an SBA loan, but it just didn't go through. And I don't know. I don't have any regrets or anything. Hey, look, I kind of spoke about my future already. I talked about possibility of fleet owner, possibility of buying my own trailer to collect more revenue, as well as me and Christine have been talking about real estate recently, and to be honest with you, and so I want y'all to answer this question, but I want to ask this question as well. I personally have considered running under my own authority. I have a handful of relationships in the city where I'm from who have talked to, as soon as I bought the truck, they were like, man, would you haul freight for us? Would you haul freight for us? Then honestly, no luck. When I hear y'all talking about, you go to these customers that are like, man, can we work with you directly? Like in my head immediately just says, golly, like, no, but I'm going to keep coming here. Yeah. And maybe one day down the road we can do that, So
yeah. I mean, it's still up in the air with trailer prices being double, and it's just not really a big push for us to go full independent. And I don't know, until we see the overwhelming value in being fully independent, we kind of like where we're at. Because like, whether you pay it in the 35% split or the 28% split if you have your own trailer, or if you're independent, like you're going to be paying somebody for the service. It's not free. No one's going to be like, congratulations, you have your own authority. Here's a free service. You're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's just whether it comes out of your settlement or if it comes out of your bank account.
Yeah.
Your insurance costs.
Right.
Yeah.
So it gets closer to, like, obviously you can get higher rates, but you're also paying, for a lot more things out of pocket. So maybe when the, definitely when the trailer market settles back down, and maybe when the truck market settles back down, or just when we get there, it's not a huge rush.
And it's been recommended to me to go, what is it? You get a license to be an agent, or you have to go for a class broker. That's been recommended to me, but honestly, I don't have a whole lot of interest in doing that. I kind of feel like at some point in my life, I realized the value in a good CPA and a good tax professional, and to not like struggle to do it yourself or get caught up and make that mess, or just take the time. It takes so much time to do everything yourself. So there is some value in just paying a professional to do it. So for right now, I definitely see the value in just paying a professional to do some of this stuff. I'm not out here, I'm all about saving a percentage of what you make and all of that. But I'm not out here trying to nickel and dime myself on what I'm making. Like if it makes more logical sense to pay somebody to do half of this work, I'm going to pay somebody what they deserve to do half of the work.
Yeah, strongly agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the future look like, though? That last question, what does the future look like, and how long you plan on driving? I haven't really heard you talk about this on YouTube either, Johnson's Logic.
What's a safe answer I can give you?
You gonna talk about it tonight?
I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Skip the next 6 months and then talk about like 2+ years or something.
Well, that all depends. That depends on how this week folds out. So I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
The future looks bright. The future looks extremely bright.
The future looks bright. There you go. I don't know. I don't really know.
Oh, I can answer that question.
Yeah.
If you work for Prime, high risk is the exact same thing as high value.
Yeah.
No difference.
Yep.
So basically a high dollar freight.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they have a specific dollar cap. It's commodity type as well.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. So like depending on commodity, but it's still a certain dollar amount.
Yeah.
Like because I've hauled a couple of them, and it's not really, what's in the trailer. It's about how much that trailer is now worth. So high risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just going through all the comments really, but I had to put Prime Trucker Rob been scheming. If you're still in here, Prime Trucker Rob, I'm just gonna keep picking on you, bro.
Yeah, I think he's still there.
He's already mentioned it already. You're behind on comments.
No, but he specifically what the plan was, right?
He said
he said something about it.
Yeah, he's not telling where he's going. Right.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
But I already knew he was going somewhere.
I mean, I don't know anything about it, so I don't.
I can always sniff out when somebody's about to leave Prime. I feel like this is a new.
I can too. Is when I get the text message like, "Hey, quick question."
Here?
Yeah.
Asking all these questions. I know what Travis is doing.
Okay, so Trucker E, to be clear, your Schedule C will tell you what Success Leasing considers to be the market value, or really, I should say this, what Success Leasing is willing to sell your truck to you for according to the week in which you are looking at it. So if it's the week of
depreciation schedule.
Yeah, thank you. If it value is such a funny word. That's why I didn't go into depreciation and value.
Yeah.
That's why I said what they're willing to sell it to you for.
Right.
But nevertheless, so if it's the week of December 25th, if you go on your Schedule C and you look on the week of December 25th or whatever the week starts on, your Schedule C is going to tell you what they are willing to sell it to you for on that date. So it's not another 2-year contract. You are either going to have the cash to give that to them, or you're going to go to Wells Fargo and ask for a loan, or you're going to go to Travis Kinley Truck Lending Group and ask for a loan or whatever, and you're going to get that loan, and then you're going to go through the lending process, and you'll pay Success Leasing, and then the truck belongs to you. All right, so you're not signing another 2-year contract. This is true of a standard lease, and this is true, well, if it's a lease purchase, you don't really have to wait the 2 years. Yeah. So this is true of a standard lease, is what we're saying, Trucker E. Hey, that's Eric. I just look at your picture. I think that's Eric.
Yeah,
Eric.
Trucker E, yeah.
I just looked at the picture closely. I couldn't tell because the hat and the headset. You know how YouTube, you can't blow pictures up or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Hey Ferris, glad to see you here. Sozo, just want to give a shout out to Sozo. Appreciate you modding tonight, man.
He is out here killing it too.
Yeah. Big shout out to Highway Journey real quick. She said she was a Prime driver, went to Landstar as well. So that's cool. I think I've watched 1 or 2 of her videos or something very recently too.
Yeah.
Riding with Kev in the house. We can't ask too many questions early or word gets out. So I'm in a season in which I feel like telling some stories that happened at Prime that I could not tell when I was at Prime. One of them was this. 4 to 6 months, let's say 3 to 4 months before I left Prime, I called Success Leasing and I was like, what's good with you? It's your boy Travis Kinley coming back to you. Another one. And they were like, how you doing? And I was like, if I wanted to take my standard lease, my lease walkaway truck to another company, could I do that? And it already didn't sound good at all, right? So they were like, let me put you on hold. So then somebody else come on the phone. Well, what's your truck number? Yada, yada, yada. I was like, I went through the process. And then she informed me, she informed me that you can take your truck away from Prime, a lease walkaway, so long as the company, the carrier you take it to is willing to pay your truck payment straight out of your settlement, like, before it hits your pocket. Now you can't pay with your debit card. Now you can't pay with a cash. Now you can't do nothing else. You can't write no check. It's got to come straight out your settlement the same way it works at Prime. Okay, cool. Had her send me all the paperwork and everything like that. Weeks later, I get a call from Prime on my phone, right? Now, I think it's because I'm sitting at a truck stop around the corner from my 01 and I got 15 minutes, but I'm eating McDonald's. I think that's what they're calling me about. And I'm like, I know my fleet manager ain't tripping. Like, you know me, big dog. You know, I'm going to get there. Give me some time. I'm on this double cheeseburger, right? Hello. Hey, this is so-and-so. Got your fleet manager on. And, you know, anyway, we were sitting around talking, and so-and-so from Success said, yeah, got a lot of people from Prime that are thinking about taking their truck away, you know. And we were like, well, who's that? And they said Travis, and we were shocked. I was like, oh, my God. Like, I've never worked in an office before.
It's another Travis.
Yeah, I was going to say when Travis tries to do a Southern accent, I don't know what that was, but
ain't no try to do no Southern accent. That's Travis. That's the real Travis that y'all don't hear all the time.
Yeah. So yes, indeed, riding with Kev. If you ask too many questions, I guarantee you word gonna get out. I guarantee they sending emails. They giving lists to everybody who thinking about leaving Prime. So you better,
if your company checks references, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody. You're not surprising your fleet manager. They already know.
Yeah.
They already know.
We got a call from the fleet manager's manager about us leaving.
Really? Yeah.
I've had before. Yep.
That was my call. Except it was a conference call.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
we didn't have that much.
Well, you know,
it's certainly a conference
options, and you know, we got regional options. All right. Anyway, look.
Anyway.
Yeah. So let's. I'm about to catch up on comments because I kind of have to pee, and we're nearing 2 hours, which I kind of wanted it to go long. I kind of wanted to just chill and relax anyway.
No. Johnson's Logic and us are at 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're at like
you just got here.
Literally, you were at an hour and 2 minutes, Travis.
Yeah, you need to stay on for another hour, but we've been clocked.
You are right though.
We're on.
We did our live.
Yeah,
you are right. So let's do this, but I also want to add a question I know the answer to, but before I came to Landstar and when I talked to other people at Landstar, it seems like it is downplayed. You know, so as a Landstar BCO, are you basically hauling spot market freight through a broker, or do you have a customer base the service? So I'm going to rephrase that second question. How much contracted / dedicated freight is available to Landstar BCOs? That is a super overlooked topic. You know, everybody thinks it's like, you know, spot market only.
Ross, you want to answer the second part or you want to answer the first part?
Both.
Okay.
They're the same answer.
Okay.
So there's both. We do spot market broker freight, and Landstar has their own dedicated freight lanes and dedicated brokers for Landstar.
How much? Is it hard to get a dedicated lane? Like maybe trying to get on Midwest Regional at Prime? Is there a list for load choice? Like
no, like I know why you're asking the way you are, but no, it's literally super simple. If you come to Landstar, they literally encourage it. They show you how to do it from day one.
Yeah.
Like if you want that dedicated lane, you go in the portal and pull it up, or you find an agent you enjoy working with. Like, hey, I like running your lanes. Boom, you're off on the road. You know what I mean?
Right.
Super easy.
Let's distinguish. There's 3 types of freight. There's direct freight, there's brokered, and there's third-party logistics.
Correct.
So a quick explanation of third-party logistics is a broker pulls a load off of another board that a different broker is in charge of, and they're the third person in the chain. So you're dealing with the broker, and that broker is dealing with the other broker who deals with the customer. So it's another
AKA double and triple brokered freight.
If you listen to everybody that says don't haul 3PL freight, we've made fantastic money with it. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
because I'm doing it right now.
We don't look for reasons not to take loads.
I mean, we have our own reasons not to take loads, but we try not to. That's not one of them.
We don't have to look for those reasons. We already know we don't want that freight, but we try all the other
stuff.
Also,
on dedicated, it could just be because we show up as a team truck, but we've had dedicated freight offered to us before. We've even had agents email or call us offering us some dedicated freight. Unfortunately for us, most of it's been a little bit tighter than we want to run normally, and we're enjoying how we're running. So we haven't found a dedicated lane that we want to run yet.
But man, that money is good.
Money is good. But we enjoy like sometimes running a harder team load, or how would you say that? Running harder to do a team load. Yeah, and sometimes we can be taking our time and doing a super solo load. Sometimes we'll run solo driver loads and have plenty of extra time.
We like the ones with wide windows or very open windows. Receivers.
Yeah. And then we can 8 to 5, first come, first serve, shipper and receiver. Sign me up.
But it's not like Prime where there's a line of 35 trucks on the first come, first serve, and you showed up at 11 a.m. You know what I mean? It's like that's
you
what
be the only one on the yard. You show up at 11.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what happened to me at that load that brought me home, man. It was first come, first serve, but nobody was there when I got there. They were just chilling. It was great.
See, that's one habit I picked up from Prime. Like I've already, outside of Walmart, I got in the habit of calling every customer. Like, hey, I got this load. I got this appointment time. Can I come in? Coming here to Landstar, like a lot of those, like you guys have experienced, 8 to 5 open appointment window. I'll call. I just got in the habit of calling anyway, and I've fallen out of it because they're like, dude, we don't care. Just show up when you get here.
Right?
Yeah.
We don't call.
Yeah, we show.
Yeah, I just show up now.
Yeah,
and they don't even care. They're like, your appointment's next week. I'm like, here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Eric. I'm gonna say this one more time, and after this, I'm about to leave you alone.
Oh,
I've been talking to you about this already. Now,
yeah, I got this one actually. I can do this.
Well, let me fuss real quick because I'm upset. I'm upset. I've been talking to you about this on Facebook. In the messenger. Now, I done mentioned this 5-6 times to you. And I told you, instead of doing such and such, this is what you need to be looking at right here. And now you picking up what I'm putting down. I'm glad you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay? But I want you to listen to Johnson's logic and how he bought his truck. What happened at what? So maybe in order to clarify this from Johnson's logic, where were you in your lease when you took your Prime sticker off the truck?
I don't like the way you said it, but so like we discussed about the Schedule C, I know what he's talking about, and you're looking at the Schedule C and trying to change it from a regular lease to a lease purchase, in which, yes, you do have to lease for another 2 years, but that's converting it from a lease to a lease purchase. What I'm talking about is taking your lease truck, looking on the Schedule C for whatever week you're on, and whatever that dollar amount is, you write a check to Success Leasing, and that truck becomes completely yours.
Completely.
So I went from regular lease to true owner op. That's the contract I signed.
Now, where you get the check from is on you. Wherever you can get the check, however you can get the check, you knock on 113 doors, you ring everybody's phone, you just try until you literally can't try anyone else, and then you start the circle back over again from the first person you tried, or eventually somebody's going to say yes, or you die first. One of those three will happen first.
Or you just save up the cash eventually.
Yeah, you just have a fat sack of cash right here.
Or you just save up the cash and then you call everybody back and be like, forget y'all, I bought it cash. I'm about to send you a picture message so you can be mad. You know what I mean? But the point is,
if you keep circling around enough, eventually you'll have the cash.
Precisely. Eventually you're going to have the cash. But yeah.
Is you don't tell Travis that you can't do something because he's going to do it.
That's right. He
and I have that same thing. That,
you can find a way.
I bet. Say I dare you.
Man.
You're going to find a way. You will find a way.
I wish. You know what? I have a fun little project for this live. I want to show y'all a picture, and I want y'all to tell me who on this live it looks like.
Oh,
Don't do that, bro.
I already know.
Are you serious?
I already know.
Are you serious right
now? I already know because you've said this before. I already know. He apparently has. Do you know her or seen somebody that looks exactly like me? I don't know.
No, not you.
No?
No.
Nah. It's got something to do with it.
Don't follow him up. Anyway, we're gonna keep moving. Highway Journey says she's on a dedicated home every day. She is Landstar as well.
Okay.
That sounds local.
Demon 522.
I got options.
Is there a list for load choice? Again, freedom. If you define, first of all, there's probably no list for load choice.
No,
but
they're trying to get rid of it.
Yeah. And if that's how you define freedom, that's how I'll leave it. If that's how you define freedom, that's not how I define freedom. And I don't think that's how they define freedom as well. So
if that's the freedom you're looking for, you need to look elsewhere because you're not going to find it there.
Yeah. If you're looking for that kind of freedom, you're probably looking for a place like Landstar or your own authority, honestly. So I said earlier, a real load board because
That's not a load board.
I'll go ahead and say our fleet manager at the time said, this isn't a load board though. This is something different. This is a choice of a certain number of loads. This isn't a load board. So we say it jokingly to each other when it's like, it's not a real load board. It's, or we're on a real load board now, but load choice wasn't a real load board. We made that joke a lot when we were there. I don't know, the way he said it was funny.
Only person who was successful and had a great time with load choice, it was good.
We did for a long time.
We did for a long time.
You left
I know.
Too early, so
some stuff started.
When it went to the next inning, it went downhill, sir.
See, like I bullied my way onto the low choice program, and then like they had to like fight me for it to take it away. I love low choice. Like I think there was one time I had an issue, and I got everything reset, and always
when we first had it, it was great, but it went downhill.
We were expecting a fight. We went into asking for load choice expecting a fight, and we got it way easier than we thought we probably should have.
Because there wasn't a question.
Fight. We were expecting a fight, and there wasn't a fight. But
it wasn't like, hey, can we be on load choice? It was like, we need to be on load choice next week.
But you saying having all your stuff reset, we had questions towards the end if we didn't have a designation somewhere. I don't know what the computer looks like on the back end, but somehow we had been put not just as a solo driver, but there was some note somewhere that said do not offer them this, this, or this. And that's what we were trying to avoid with load choice, because we like to see our options like we have now at Landstar, where we can choose if we want to run a solo run, a super solo run, or a team load. We want to be able to see all of our options, because some days we are rested fully and we want to run a team run. And then there are some days where we just don't feel like it and we'd rather run a slower run. So I don't know. It wasn't a true load board. And in the end, we really needed a true load board.
My thing also, in addition to that, now I've never been on load choice, but my thing was the only way to see if it is more profitable for me to sit and wait overnight is on a load board, a real load board. Load choice is not going to tell you if it's more profitable to sit and wait overnight.
Absolutely.
And that's something that happens a lot. Like in many instances, it's more profitable for you to sit and wait overnight, chill for a few more hours instead of trying to hurry up and find something.
Or get yourself to that area that you find the $10 a mile load.
Exactly.
That was there.
But the companies that want their freight run don't want to hear that it's more profitable for you to sit for a night. They want you rolling.
They want you moving.
If it's not turning, you ain't earning.
Yeah, it's just so weird. I think I just don't understand it. I really don't want to go down this road. I want to keep moving through the questions because I'm about to sign off. Maybe we'll have to hit that another time. I just don't understand the motive. I don't understand the motive. Yeah. And just like a court of law, a guilty verdict is really proven if you can establish motive. And now the jury's like, oh, okay, I get why he would do something like that. But when you can't establish motive, you're like, golly, dude. But it's so weird. All right, look, real quick, how two company drivers become team drivers and lease a truck is essentially what I believe this question is about. Two company drivers, somebody's going to, okay, so either both of you have to open a business together, or one of y'all got to run the business and the other one needs to be on the truck, one of y'all are running the business and someone else is on the truck. So it's either.
I was just about to say that. I'm like, that's definitely a Madden list.
I was always a company driver at Prime.
Yeah. And
I was always a company driver. So
that's right.
Benefits.
Yeah, benefits were great.
Yeah. So in terms of the LLC, either one person's on the LLC or two people are on the LLC. And then in terms of the success leasing part of it, one of y'all is going to be the lease driver and the other one's going to be the company driver. So that's really as much as I can say about it. I really want to get to this question, and that may be the last one. We'll see. Riding with Kev. First of all, riding with Kev. I love you, dude. I love your attitude. I love your channel, man. Big ups to riding with Kev. Everybody's knock on, and riding with Kev's right, man. Everybody's knock on Landstar is at 35%. Is it overblown?
They don't take anything. It was never your money.
Exactly. But let's compare it versus someone who offers 88% or someone who offers, another percent. Here's my answer on this. Riding with Kev, there are many more factors than just a percentage when you start looking at stuff like this.
It's what you get for that percent.
It's what you get for that percentage. What is being sold?
Yeah.
Here's some examples of those factors. I think it's F2F. If you look in F2F's work history, hey, y'all gonna look in my work history, I should be able to look in y'all work history too. If you look in F2F's work history, they have a lot of disgruntled people who were never paid their pay for like 4 to 6 weeks, never paid pay. You can find them in trucking forums. They were never received pay for loads that they ran when F2F was going through the struggle. I can't find anybody like that at Landstar that says the same thing. Yeah. All right. So there's a number of different things. Say trailer rental fee is another different thing, right? So my point is that there's a lot of different factors. It's bigger than just the percentage 65, 35. It's bigger than that.
But I would still say the thing that you can look at, just regardless of percentage, after you take their percentage out of the rates that we see and you do the rate per mile of what you're actually getting per mile, if that rate per mile is still higher than what you're getting somewhere else,
you know what I mean?
It just doesn't really matter. But also, I would like to think that we're seeing the actual numbers, where some other places maybe that we've worked show you the number after the cut. I'm not making any accusations, but I'm just saying I think that we're getting maybe a smaller percentage of a larger pie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a lot easier to hide something that you never knew was there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Precisely. Yeah. Precisely. Hey, RJ, I'll knock it out real quick. I think Rail's a cool company. I really dig the fact that they have the many different. What'd you say? Is
that how you pronounce that?
Is it Rail?
That's what I was told.
I've been calling them Roel forever.
Me too.
Roll.
Oh,
roll.
I was like Rail. I was like, that's not what that said.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what one of their drivers told me in a laundry room one time. But I think it's a cool company. I just really appreciate how they understand drivers want to go home. Maybe it's probably a personality thing. It's totally a personality thing, actually. But they have so many different home time options over there. I really appreciate it. However, I didn't go to Rail, Roel, or Roll just simply because I couldn't pronounce the name. No, but just simply because I still wouldn't have been free. So when I was at Prime, it just felt like that would just be a step that I would take, and then 3 months later, I was ready to step somewhere else. So I might as well just sit and keep doing what I'm doing. And there was just no other reason.
Which I think is why we stayed at Prime for so long, because, like I said, I didn't want to start company hopping because I was like, if we leave, this needs to be upward. It can't just be side to side. Like we got to move up.
Exactly. I don't like lateral steps.
Yeah, Prime says that a lot of their people come back and are rehires, but that's if you go to a lateral move. And I think Prime's probably in the position to be the best of that
type,
that layer. So if you're not going up in layers, Prime's probably one of the better ones at that area. So if you check, one of the other companies that's not as good, you're going to go back to Prime. Because you didn't move upwards, you moved sideways.
I mean, we don't know about that because we're all leased on the Landstar.
Yeah. But
the last comment.
Yeah.
I actually can. I can agree with that. My buddy who's leased on with someone else who's able to haul Landstar freight. We talk on the phone a little bit more than me and Travis do every day, and he has a terrible time running our freight.
I could see it. Yeah, I mean, I could see it.
Not all the time, but it's a lot more difficult for someone else to pull Landstar freight outside of Landstar, even though it is available.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when you aren't leased on the Landstar, whole different ballgame when you aren't. So somebody says Landstar is fun and games.
That's what we were.
That's what we were just talking about.
Listen, Travis, you were just a guest here at the No Luck Logic podcast. We got this.
But yeah,
I'm late. All right, look.
I'm about to say real quick before you say that. I wanted to address something for what Riding with Kev said.
What? No,
your
wait.
Outro. I know you about to cut it off, but I want to.
20 seconds.
I know the 2-hour mark.
Travis wants to sleep hard.
We're not done.
Hey, too bad. Look, you should have been here on time. Honestly, you owe us.
Oh.
But I wanted to go back real quick to Riding with Kev's question about that 35%. And I actually wanted to shout out Sozo. Sozo's answer is exactly correct. It's not about the percentage of 30. It's not about the percentage of 35%. He's like, I'm going to the bathroom.
All right. So
it's not about the percentage of 35%, is what you get out of it. And I definitely wanted to shout out his answer because he's exactly right. It's the insurance benefits you get for a group rate insurance, the discounts you get, tires, fuel, communications, all that factor, the back end paperwork, the factoring, the fact that we get paid.
And that info is
every single week instead of waiting.
It's done it.
Yeah.
As well. He's independent, so he knows his stuff and he knows the value of what we get compared to what he had to pay for as well.
And I really wanted to shout that answer out because I know it's not on replay and they can't see the chat, but I wanted to say that that's exactly. And also another big misconception is whatever rate you see on the load board, it's not 35% of that full rate. It's just 35% of the line haul and none of the breakouts. Yeah. Whatever breakouts you negotiate, except for like 2, you get at 100%.
70.
That's right.
70 if you're power only.
Yep. But I don't do power only, so. Yeah. That insurance, you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
The tire discount.
Yeah. All right,
sorry, Travis.
Look, I'm ready to go. I really like y'all a lot, but 2 hours is a long time. Like if we were in person, it would be different. But
it was an hour and a half for you, Travis.
Why does he keep saying 2 hours like he was here?
Yeah, hour and a half for you. 2 hours for us.
Go ahead and cut that little bubble out and let's continue this.
Yeah.
See, now
I mean, 2 hours is enough. We just need to do this again sometime.
Yeah,
with all 4 of us.
We should do it again. I really enjoy this. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm really proud of you guys because now I'm sitting here thinking about it. Outside of 2 other people who are not in this call, like I brought you guys into Landstar, and it's really watching you guys grow and seeing you guys be successful. It really makes me proud. I'm really happy for you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You're like a big brother.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Eric, man, thank you for the interaction. Doggone Riding with Kev, Florida boy, Tim West. Absolutely. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
No, hey, y'all don't care when I say No Luck Team or Team No Luck. I think I said that.
Whatever.
It's like you're both the same, but you're also because your Discord name is like, what does it say? No Luck Matt or something? Or say
Matt and
No Luck Matt
Liz.
Yeah. So, anyways. Anybody got anything else to say? I'm about to shut it down here. Love you guys.
That's been fun. We should do this in a podcast form.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely do this again.
We really should.
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know. We have to cut it off because if we don't cut it off,
we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay. All right.
Look, I'm spending Christmas by myself. Okay, hang out with me.
That's right. That's right. You already know what the motto is: work hard, play hard, sleep hard, find you somebody to love. Don't forget. It's not about what you believe. It is all about why you believe it and live free.
And think logically.
Why do you slap the camera like he slapped the camera like all 3 of us aren't here?
See y'all later, yeah.